Welcome, fire signs, to my channel, Universal Soul Vibrations. This is going to be a weekly reading for the week of March 11th to the 17th for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Please remember that these are general readings and they may not resonate with everyone. If you like the reading and like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to do this week's a little different than I have the past ones because I kind of like the way this system works. So we will start with pulling an overall card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I've already shuffled several times. What is the overall for fire signs for the week of March 11th to the 17th? What's the message of the overall energy for fire signs? Okay, so we got building blocks. So when we think about building blocks, I think about the building blocks. It's the foundations, the start of something, how strong that foundation is built, what it's built upon. So you're going to be looking at how you're going to be building something this week, and the foundations of it, and the strength of it, and basically how it fits into your life is what I'm kind of feeling. So this week is all, there's maybe something new coming in because, building blocks, it usually starts from the root and then up. So there may be something new that you're going to be working on this week that's going to be starting for you. I'm going to pull one card for the middle of the week, for the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the weekend from the Alice in Wonderland deck. There's the message for the beginning of the week for fire signs from March 11th to the 17th. Okay, we got Lead the Way. And Lead the Way talks about being a leader, showing others how it's done, and helping others. And it's also talks about, the Lead the Way card talks about, remembering that it's okay to delegate tasks to people. So if you need to do that to get something completed or move things on its way, it's okay. But this card talks about in the beginning of the week that you are going to be the leader for something and you're going to be setting the example for something. So that definitely fits in with the building blocks. Cards don't want to come out for you guys. I'm going to take these two here. So we got Curiouser and Curiouser. It's about discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. Okay, so you're definitely going to be curious about something this week, and it could be something that isn't what you'd normally be drawn to. That's where I'm getting from the weirdness stuff. But you're going to be looking into something that you have gained an interest in that may not be something that you normally would be, and you're very curious about it this week. And then we got Believe, Strange Encounters. I believe water signs got this card too. And that's just believing in yourself and believing that the things that you want to build can happen. And you might have some strange encounters on during the week because this card, the weekend, because this card talks about weirdness with the Curiouser and Curious. So let's do a spread for fire signs off of all these cards. All right, let me split the deck. We got the Hermit, Temperance, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so with Temperance in the middle, Temperance talks about patience, moderation, taking your time in building whatever it is that you want to build. And it's also about kind of finding, because if you look at the Temperance card, it's kind of hard to see in this one, but she's mixing stuff in those cups to get the right mixture, so that, you know, she can build that rainbow that's behind her. And Temperance is also, you know, she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. She's got herself pretty balanced there. So, you know, this week it's going to be about balance, patience, and finding the right mixture with something. With the Hermit card next to it, it's, you know, the Hermit card's all about sometimes isolating yourself and kind of just taking some time to go within. And, you know, he's shining that light to kind of see what's out there. So the Hermit, you know, he's looking for something. He's searching for something. And usually with the Hermit, he's searching for something from within. So, you know, it's asking you to take patience with yourself as you go through that process of searching from within. And it will come to you. It's just going to take some time. Now we got is that the Knight of Wands? The Knight of Wands. We got the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is all about, you know, change and exciting activities that could be around you. But it's definitely, the Knight of Wands is definitely a card of the movement and expecting the unexpected, okay? So once you've taken the time to have that patience, find the right mixture, and kind of seek what you want, there is going to be movement that's going to come in, but it's going to be it may not be exactly in the form that you expected it in, because it could be very expected. It could be a new job, it could be a new home, but you know, one of the big messages of this Knight of Wands card is it wants you to embrace the change, and have an adventure and enjoy the whole journey of the process, okay? Next cards. We got the Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and Strength. Okay, so the Two of Wands is, and something just kind of struck me because I looked at the Hermit card and then looked at the Alice in Wonderland card, you know, and he's holding out that lantern, and that card is lead the way. You know, so allow your inner self to lead you in the direction that you need to go in, okay? Allow that to be your leader. In the next row, we've got the Two of Wands, which is, you know, you're making a decision, you're deciding which path to go in, you're making a plan. You haven't quite moved on it yet, but there's an inspiration, a spark that's come in, and now you're trying to figure out which way to go. You haven't quite chosen yet. And the Two of Pentacles, which is the center of the reading, is about work and putting in a lot of work and mastering a skill, something. And that's next to the Strength card. So I see these two kind of the same. Whatever it is that you're, you know, Strength to me is mastering something, And the Three of Pentacles card is mastering a skill. But strength is also about finding that strength from within you, having the courage, you know, to look inside you and find out which path it is that you want to take and where you want to go. And embracing that gentle lion, because look at how gentle the lion looks in that card. He's just really at peace, and you know, she's kind of cuddled up with him. She's tamed the beast within her, basically. But just, you know that whatever it is you're going to be making a plan to do, you are going to work very hard at mastering it. There's going to be a lot of strength gained from this, because you became curious about it. Okay, the Seven of Swords, the Hangman, the Ten of Wands. All right. Fire signs, we got the Ten of Wands at the end here. But it's not, you know, the Ten of Wands, it's a 10, so there's a completion coming here. But in the center of this, we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is, you know, it's wanting you to see a different perspective on something. Something could be stagnated. You're kind of hanging there in limbo, but while you're there, you're gaining new wisdom. Okay, so it's asking you that you really need to see a new perspective on something, because the way you were doing things before were creating too much of a burden for you. And with this being a 10, like I said, because the 10 of Wands is about, you know, carrying burdens. He's carrying that big pile of wood on his shoulder, carrying burdens, you know, your own or others. But I think a new perspective is going to be coming in, because with this being a 10, this cycle is coming to an end for you. That's going to allow you not to be carrying those burdens. The Seven of Swords, actually, the Seven of Swords card, the traditional meaning in this deck is very different than the original meaning. And I think I want to go more with the traditional meaning from this deck. Normally, the Seven of Wands talks about, if you look at this, the man is kind of stuffing some of the swords in his pocket and he's walking away. It represents, you know, somebody, a thief, somebody taking something from you that didn't belong to them. But in this deck, the traditional meaning in the book talks about learning how to think outside the box. Now, I'm not really sure how this card depicts that, because I don't really see that as that. But with the other cards that are around this, and especially in this row, I think that's a new perspective that needs to be seen, so that you're not carrying all these burdens. You need to see a way to think outside of the box when it comes to this craft that you want to master, whatever it is that you want to master. I mean, this is hard work and mastering something. So whatever it is that you're looking to master, the Seven of Swords card is telling you it's time for you to, in this particular deck, it's time for you to figure out another way that's very different from the way that you've done things before. New schemes, new solutions, thinking outside the box. I guess with him taking off like that, relying on your street smarts, and it, you know, creates a victory. But that's where I think this card fits in this reading, is with the traditional meaning that's from the Witch's Tarot. Let me just see if I can get a clarifier, because the Three of Pentacles is the main focus of this reading. So like I said, that card talks about, you know, working hard, mastering something. shuffling here. Okay, we got the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you're working hard at, it is going to bring you abundance, happiness, your wishes fulfilled, the happy home, the happy family, the happy life. But you can't do that until you gain a different perspective and learn how to put down all these burdens, and, you know, a different perspective, thinking outside of the box, doing things in a different manner. So it looks like in the beginning of the week, fire signs, you're going to take some time to go within and figure out what direction you want to go. And that's going to be the start of your journey where you're going to, yeah, that's your building blocks. Your building blocks for this is the Hermit card. And you need to have patience during this time as you figure out where it is, because you're, you know, making a plan down here with the Two of Wands, but you're not quite sure which direction you want to go in yet. So your main theme with that building blocks is that Hermit card. And in the last week, with the Believe card, you know, you just have to, you have to get out of that stagnant phase of always doing things the same way and thinking the same way, and gain a higher, better perspective, a new wisdom about something, and thinking outside of the box, so you're not carrying so many burdens. Let me just pull one on the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so we got the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So something's making you feel trapped. Definitely making you feel trapped. But you can get out of that. You can take off the bindings. You can take off the blindfold and see that new perspective and walk right out. But you're choosing to stay trapped. But then the Page of Swords is coming in. And the Page of Swords, you know, pages are usually messengers. I'm sorry, the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, not the Page of Swords. Can't talk today. The Page of Wands is usually messengers, but what this page is saying is that it's time for you to be prepared for happy news and exciting times, okay? There may be, we're talking about maybe new job opportunities coming in or promotions. And it's also time to use your imagination and determination to get the success, the happiness that you want here, okay? Because once you do that, there's going to be another new beginning, Ace of Wands. There's going to be, you know, pages can represent a new beginning as well, and its newest cycle. So it looks like, and that this is a Wands of as well, but the Ace of Wands represents, you know, a new beginning filled with passion, creativity. So, you know, that tells me that you're going to find your way out of this stagnating energy, and you're going to be able to see things with a different perspective and be able to think outside of the box. That's where the creativity and everything comes in with the Eight of Wands. You're going to have to use some creativity and absolutely tap into your profession, your passion, in whatever it is that you're trying to build this week. All right, have a great week, fire signs. Talk to you next week.